Now let us study about the process of nutrition in plants. Now, like animals, plants also need food for growth and energy. And we saw that green plants synthesize their food by the process of photosynthesis. Synthesize meaning to produce. Now, what is photosynthesis? Green plants, in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, which is a green pigment found in green plants, they take in carbon dioxide from the air and water from the soil, and they convert this carbon dioxide and water into carbohydrates, that is glucose. And they do this by a process known as photosynthesis. Now, the excess glucose which is produced by the process of photosynthesis is stored in the plants in the form of starch. Now, let us see how does this process of photosynthesis take place actually. We saw that in photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide and water, and this carbon dioxide enters through the leaves of the plant. Now, from where does it enter inside the leaves? Now, students, on the surface of the leaves, there are very small, tiny openings called as stomata. So, carbon dioxide enters into the leaves through tiny pores present on the surface of the leaf called as stomata. So, if you enlarge the leaf, here you can see tiny pores on the surface of the leaf, and these pores are called as stomata. And through the stomata, carbon dioxide enters inside the leaf for the process of photosynthesis. Now here you are able to see a cross section of a leaf. So you can see carbon dioxide entering inside the leaf through the stomata. Then water is taken up from the soil, and then through the stem it reaches inside the leaves. Now, in the cross section of the leaf, you can see an organelle called as chloroplast. Now, inside the chloroplast, there is a green colored pigment present called as chlorophyll. Now, this chlorophyll present in the chloroplasts absorbs the radiant energy from the sunlight. Radiant energy meaning the light energy. So, the light energy from the sun, when it falls on the leaf, it is absorbed by the chlorophyll. Now, what happens next? When light energy enters inside, the water molecules, they split up into its components, that is hydrogen and oxygen. So, because of light energy, you can see the water molecules splitting into hydrogen and oxygen. Now, because of this, a large amount of energy is released in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate, which is nothing but a form of energy. So, when water molecule splits because of sunlight, it releases a lot of energy in the form of ATP. Now, this energy in the form of ATP is then used to convert the carbon dioxide and hydrogen from the water into carbohydrates, that is glucose. The formula of glucose is C6H12O6. So, this ATP energy is used to convert the hydrogen from water and the carbon dioxide into food, that is glucose, C6H12O6. Now, students, when glucose is formed, water vapor and oxygen are also formed as byproducts, and they are given out through the stomata. So, here you can see the byproducts, water and oxygen, are given out of the plant through the stomata of the leaves. Now, let us see the reaction for photosynthesis. It is 6CO2 plus 12H2O in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll forms C6H12O6, that is glucose, plus 6H2O plus 6O2. Now, students, one very important thing to note here is the steps of photosynthesis do not take place one after another immediately. For example, the desert plants like cactus, they take in carbon dioxide during the night time, because during daytime their stomata are closed to prevent the loss of water by transpiration. So during night time, the desert plants, they take in CO2 and they convert that CO2, that is carbon dioxide, into an intermediate product. And then during daytime, the intermediate product is acted upon by the energy which is absorbed by chlorophyll, and then it is converted into glucose. So this is how photosynthesis takes place in desert plants.